Hello, everybody. Greetings from Toronto. How are you today?
Hey,
Hey,
Toronto.
hi.
Good theater scene here, right? We have a great theater
Yes.
scene here. It's the best. Congratulations on this film. Ben, I got to start with you. Okay, I love the evolution of this, but just set me straight. So the four of you, well, the three of you plus Liza, you got together. Clearly, you were old friends. How how did the evolution of this come together? And then you sat down with Elizabeth to write the script. So just give me the kind of, shortened version of how this all got together.
Well, there's a theater company called Labyrinth Theater Company that starts in 92, and I come around in the late 90s, and I am a playwright that takes advantage of the talents in that company. And then I transition into doing more film work, and I make a movie with a lot of lab members, not quite as many as this film. And Elizabeth is in my first film.
Yeah.
And we knew each other before that, but we got a lot closer. We have some interesting friends in common, and we started hanging out and talking about what we should work on next. And at first it was like, should we option something? Is there source material? Is there a script? What should we come up with? And then we started telling family stories to each other and stories from our lives, stories we've heard, things we lived, things people close to us lived, and decided to develop something inspired by life as an experiment to see where it went. And I asked Elizabeth if she wanted to bring anyone else into our inner circle, and she immediately said Daphne and Liza. And so we all started meeting and telling stories, and the first stories that emerged as like these could be anchor points were
Yeah.
someone who like wants a kid and is trying to adopt in a way that feels a little maybe unsafe or unpredictable,
Mm.
and someone else who doesn't know where their child is and wants someone to kind of rest. It's kind of like a younger generation and how we relate, and this idea of family and wanting family and losing family, and also I didn't think of this before our last interview. um,
Okay, good. I get the scoop.
when we would talk deeply about our lives, every single one of us, myself included, had a lot to say about a brother. I'll just say that.
Interesting.
Oh, wow.
So we were like, I think there's going to be a brother,
Yeah.
um, that's inspired by everything and everyone.
Yeah, he ties it in, obviously. Okay, so Elizabeth, I want to go to you because okay, we all have drama in our families. There's no question about it. Who's got that perfect Instagram family? Nobody, right? In real life. The drama with this family, though, my heart went out to everybody because it not only affected, themselves, but each other, because at the end of the day, all you really have is your family. And so for you, Elizabeth, your character Daisy, like how desperate she wants this child, that she goes on the internet to find this girl, honestly, did you know anybody that would do something like that? I mean, I guess there are people out there who are just would want it so bad, you
Yeah.
know?
I do know someone. She's actually a psychologist, educated woman that's upper middle class, and she had actually gotten a lawyer in New York to adopt. She had seen this other child and had this feeling, had met this family, and against her lawyer's advice, went on. And this one young woman got hundreds
Oh,
of
for sure.
reaching
Yeah.
out to her, and it was actually successful.
Well, that's good. I'm glad
Yeah.
that that was positive because yeah, it's a scary situation. You're right. You don't know.
Absolutely. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. She actually came to live with her for the last few months. She was from the young woman at the time, which is now not a young woman, is from the Midwest, did not want to have an abortion. And we all supported my friend, and
Amazing.
the child is 12 now,
Wow.
and that the birth mother is in their lives.
That's fantastic.
It's
It's
super
nice to hear those
successful. Yeah.
stories.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's the exception to the rule, isn't it?
Absolutely. Okay, so Daphne, for you, your character, of course, Serene. Oh my God, look, I've raised two boys. I didn't raise a daughter, so honestly, I think there's more drama with daughters from what I understand. I was very lucky, but I have to say, the way she lashes out at your character, it just broke my heart. And to the fact that your character is just so distraught over, she loses her voice for God's sake, and that's her living. How on earth could you relate to this woman?
I'm a mother. I'm a mother of a teenager.
Yeah.
He's a boy and it's not the same thing, but you know, that element of like, did I bring my broken self into this human um and and this person's life reflects my failure to have, like, what did I do wrong? There's that sense of, I mean, I don't think Serene leads with these things,
Yeah.
but, as a parent, you're only as happy as your child is sad.
100%. 100%.
And
Yeah.
so, I think that was close to the bone, as I said. Yeah.
Yeah. For sure. Ben, okay, come on. Embarrassment of riches with these actresses. I mean, come on. Veteran actresses, you've got, the creme de la creme here. And then, of course, with Liza and all of her recent success on The Bear, winning that Emmy, well deserved. I mean, that episode, her standout episode, I was blown away by that. Like, just, and here you are directing the three of them. Okay, so because you're all friends, like, was it easy to direct them? Was it hard? Did you just let them go? Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes there's a shorthand, which is you can only get 3 years of knowing and working with people. The level at which we collaborated sometimes made things take longer because democracy is more work than just an authoritarian director.
I get it.
So that can be challenging, but I think it was worth the challenge, and that's the only way we got to where we got to.
And was there a lot of improv, or did we stick to the script? Like, Elizabeth, is it hard to kind of let go of your baby a little bit sometimes? Or
No, there was no
are you
improv. There
all
was no
script?
Elizabeth improvised a dance routine.
Right.
Okay,
But
well,
that day he was like, I think we should film I Love Your Shoes. And I was like, no, I don't think we should. And it's like in the film and in the trailer. And it was a great idea in the moment. I was like, no, I don't want this to be part of this.
yeah.
And it was a great idea in terms of turning that into a scene, with the music and figuring all that out. I think to talk about Ben and the riches as there's safety.
Mm-hmm.
There's safety and trust. And I think I was also there every day that I wasn't in a scene. When I was in a scene, I didn't do anything at all, whatever. And any other time I was next to Ben the entire time looking at this. And I think we were able to together, nuance and help. And I remind like of what it is and the colors of what we're trying to get. And then in editing, it pretty much stayed close to it. And there was so much to be able to bring back from knowing it so well to the
Yeah.
feeling that I had in my body from the readings that we had done and the work that was just kind of super surprising that it was so close to what it was that we wrote for the most
Yeah.
part.
Yeah, it was really beautiful to watch. And and like I said, at the end of the day, you fight with your sisters, your brothers, and whatever, but at the end you have your family. And Daphne, I'm wondering, is there someone in your family that you feel that, you might be like this, but at the end of the day, you can rely on them?
My husband. Yeah, my husband. I mean, it's the people that we're closest to.
Yeah.
And it's the people that we're closest to. And I love what Ben said and about the democracy of, the collective aspect of this film specifically, just
Right.
by everything, the way it was made, the way it was conceived, and the way it was implemented to now is yeah, it's a different kind of satisfaction
Mhm.
that is gotten than just doing a show that is really big and budgeted, and it's got all the things.
Yes. Yeah, I get it.
All the-
Yeah.
yeah, this is infinitely more meaningful.
I can imagine. It's like Elizabeth, your character, there's a line in when during the baby shower when she goes, aside from her real family, but she goes, "This is my chosen family." And I've been watching a lot of movies lately about chosen family. It's interesting. It's a major theme these days. Ben, did you feel that? Like, obviously, you've been with these ladies for so many years, and it's like you form a familial bond with people when you spend that kind of time with them.
It means, I think, I don't know, I can only speak for myself. It means a lot to me because of the things that I did not and do not get from my blood relatives.
Yeah.
That becomes like what you have at a certain point. So it's like, and there's, yeah, so yes, it can be everything.
Yeah.
Like it's a thing that sustains you.
Yeah. Okay. Just a few more minutes. Elizabeth, I'll start with you because I want to look back at Orange is the New Black because I was pretty obsessed with that one. Watched it, like binged it every season that came out. I could not get enough of that show. I loved it, loved it. Talk about first of all, groundbreaking because now look at all the series that Netflix does. Like it was really the first one. And when you look back at that, I
It
can't believe.
ruined the streaming service
Yeah,
platforms. It's your fault.
Well, it's actually
exactly. But I
SAG's
do thank
fault.
you because I am obsessed with my Netflix and everything. But I have to say, but when you look back at that, like talk about chosen family because you guys were all thrown into the trenches for that show. You didn't know what it was going to be. What's this streaming thing? Like, where's this going to go? And then look where you all are. Like, I mean, come on, amazing.
Yeah, it was pretty extraordinary to we shot it in a vacuum that first season, and I had zero idea who was going to watch it. I was like, I mean, women will watch it maybe. Uh and then as I when it came out, seeing people, neighbors, and people that I would never think would watch this that had Netflix. They're like, oh my God, I saw you in this blue collar worker guy, this person, that person, the professional. All of a sudden, you're just, and I think to me the thing about Orange is the New Black and Netflix was there was a way where Genji talks about it's like a Trojan horse where this show broke and took over the studio system in the only way for me that I felt that needed, in terms of the great change, was that there was no longer from the beginning of times people saying and controlling what they say is
Right.
what people want to watch because
Yeah.
it showed that they were interested in women shows no
Yeah.
matter what color they were, race, religion, creed, and that was sort of took that power away from them.
Yeah. And it's so cool because there's always new people discovering it. So it's so interesting. I love that. And then very quickly, just to wrap it up, Daphne, I mean, your career, my God. Oh my God. Like your music stuff, your Broadway, you're like in the Heights, freaking awesome. I mean, unbelievable. But come on, murders in the building. I mean, really spending time with Martin Short and Steve Martin, like, do you at this point in your career, do you like pinch yourself going, holy crap, this is awesome?
Kind of, sort of. I mean, nothing better than watching Steve Martin like do a magic trick like right before our very eyes, like between takes. That's pretty fucking awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, I would think so. It was fun to watch you on that too this season. Well, listen, thank you all for your time today. I really appreciate it. This film is really wonderful. You've all done such a great job. And please give Liza a big hug for me because I think she's
I
just
will.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
We will. Thank you so much for
Thank you,
supporting
Bonnie.
us.
All right.
Thank you.
Have a good rest of your day,
Take
guys. Thank
care.
you. Bye-bye.
Take care. Peace.
Bye-bye.